Hello guys, welcome back to my channel. It is Amari Kalia here with a new video. So today I want to tell you guys 5 mistakes that I made that prevented me from making progress in the gym. I've been working out consistently for about 3 years now, and it wasn't until these past like 6 to 8 months where I really started to see progress and sustainable progress that lasted me for a while. But I do want to also emphasize that I really didn't start to see a lot of changes until the past like 2 or 3 months, where I really honed down on a couple of things that I'm going to discuss in this video. I have me a protein shake, so if you guys see me kind of taking a sip, that's what I am drinking. I did do a short on this, and so I thought it would be good to kind of explain a little bit on those things that I mentioned in the short. So we're just gonna get right into the video. Alright, so the first thing I want to talk about is I used to and still struggle with binging on the weekends. So I took the whole cheat day to a whole nother extreme, to the point where it was a cheat day instead of a cheat meal. And I really learned this when I took my course as a trainer. The instructor was telling us how his plan is pretty much Monday through Friday he eats very clean, Saturday morning, lunch, snacks, very clean, and then he has one cheat meal, and then Sundays is back to his regular routine. Sometimes on Sunday after church they may go out to eat or prepare dinner, but moral of the story is it wasn't a cheat day, it was a cheat meal. So for me, that was an eye-opener for me, because I really thought that oh, it's okay to have a full cheat day. And also I would take it as far as the whole weekend. So like Friday after work, me and my boyfriend, we're going out to eat, we getting pizza, wings, burgers, whatever. Saturday we're going out to eat. Sunday we're going out to eat after church. And honestly, it was all so unnecessary. Now I'm at the point where I literally do not have to do that. I can go out to eat maybe on a Saturday night or maybe after church, but I don't really need to go out to eat multiple times, because I don't really crave that stuff anymore. Eating out, food wise, is not really what I crave. What I crave more than anything is sweets, which is actually insane. That's going to be something else that I discuss. But yeah, so binging on the weekends is one thing that was keeping me from my results, because even though I'm eating clean throughout the week, it's not good to over consume high calorie meals, because these meals that I was eating were over 1,000, 2,000 calories, and it was more than one meal. So it's basically I kind of just ruined all of the progress that I made over the week. And so now what I do is once or maybe twice on the weekend. So maybe I'll do Friday after work, or maybe Sunday after church, but it's not Friday, Saturday, and Sunday. So that's one thing. Also, another thing that I started doing is having my cheat meal during the week. That way I won't be so quick to try to have a cheat meal on the weekend. So that's one thing that I have did, and that has really helped me to, reach my results, because I'm not eating so many high calorie meals in one week. And everyone should pretty much be basing their nutrition on a weekly basis and not on a daily basis. I obviously take it day by day, but when you reflect on your nutrition, I will look at it from a week basis rather than a whole month, or rather just one day. So number 2 is I was very inactive on the weekends. So I would work out Monday through Friday, and then on the weekends, I would run my errands, but I really wouldn't care too much about exercising on the weekends. And to me, that was not a good combination with eating 1,000 to 2,000 calorie meals. So one, I'm inactive, I'm laying in the bed, sitting on the couch, not getting my steps in, and then on top of that, I'm eating meals that are pretty much over 2,000 calories. Multiple meals in one day. So that was just not a good habit to have. It was not a good routine to have. So with that, now I make sure that I hit 10,000 steps every single day. So I either wake up early in the morning, So like during the week I wake up between 5 and 6 a.m. On the weekends I wake up around 7 8 a.m. just depending on if I have plans or not, and I go walking in the mornings. Either I go walk on a treadmill or I'll walk around my neighborhood to start my day with getting in at least 3,000 to 4,000 steps. That way I'm already kicking off the day with getting some steps in. And then obviously on Saturdays throughout the day I'm usually running errands, grocery shopping, things like that. That's going to help me get my steps in. Sundays I'm doing a lot of stuff around the house. I'm meal prepping, I'm cleaning, you know, all of that is also helping me to get my steps in. So those are all things that I have made sure that I put into my routine to make sure that I'm not being lazy, I'm not procrastinating, I'm not just sitting on my tail. Obviously I'm resting, I'm not lifting weights on the weekends, but I'm also making sure that I'm at least being a little bit active, especially being that weekends are when I tend to have a little bit more of those cheat meals, those meals that are a little bit higher in calories, and that has really helped me to reach my results and just become an overall healthier person. All right, number 3 is I was overindulging in sweets. So over the summer, I told you guys how I love ice cream, and that is one of the things that it's my weakness, and it's something that I am working on. So we were having ice cream 2 or 3 times a week, and it's just not really good to do that, because at the end of the day, these foods are very high in sugar. They're high in all type of things that we really don't know about. And so I just realized that I really like honed in on my habits and what my routines were and what my everyday like weaknesses were when it comes to when this happens, what do I do? Like Friday, it was very stressful at work. Literally, I came home and I had ground turkey already made, and I made nachos. And usually when I eat like tacos, I use my low carb tortillas or my corn tortillas. I do not use chips and eat nachos at all. I try to stay away from chips completely. But I literally came home and I ate nachos with my boyfriend's Doritos. Like, they weren't even my Doritos, they were his. And so I realized today, like, dang, like I was stress eating. Like, I was very upset. I wanted to come home and just eat whatever I saw that was full of sugar, full of salt, whatever. And so I'm paying more attention to like what my habits are when I'm in different moods. And so yeah, I do overindulge, or I have in the past overindulged in sweets. And so sweets, sugars, well, sweets are very high in sugar, oftentimes fats, sodium, salt, whatever it is, and those things are full of a lot of calories. So like I said, I was eating a lot of ice cream. We've been eating donuts lately, and then I went on a trip, and so we ate a lot of high calorie sweets and meals on our trip, you know, a lot of pastries and stuff like that. Those foods are very, very high in sugar, and not the good sugar, not the healthy sugar that you get from fruits and vegetables. Me overindulging in those things were also keeping me from my results. And when I say overindulging, I mean like I was having it 2 or 3 times a week. There's no reason, me personally, with my goals, I should be eating that much sweets in 1 week. I should be, you know, once a week is fine, but like 2, 3, 4 times a week, I don't think it ever hit 4 times, but 3 times a week is a bit much. And my thing is always weekends. Like, oh, it's the weekend. Let's do this. Let's do that. Let's go eat this. Let's go eat that. So I'm trying to get away of that Americanized culture of just saying forget your goals on the weekends. And so that's something that I am working on. Just having more self-control and willpower to stay away from those things and not be so quick to fall for those old habits, and also just putting my goals first and putting my discipline first and doing the things that I know will help me to reach the actual goals that I have. Now I could see, you know, if I didn't have any fitness goals, then obviously like live your life as long as you're still, you know, being healthy and making sure that 80% of your diet is clean. Like, there's nothing wrong with that. But I actually have goals that I want to reach and things that I'm working on physique wise. And so it's not good for me to be, you know, overindulging in those sweets. Also, I realized that the more sweets I was indulging in was less protein I'm taking in. And obviously, like, my goal should be to have a protein rich diet so it can support my muscle growth and my hormone health and all of those things. And so if I'm eating more sweets, that means I'm eating less protein, because most sweets do not have any protein in it. So that's another way how I've kind of reframed my thinking, is like, that donut does not have protein in it. You do not need that. And that's not to say that every single meal has to be full of protein. Now, pretty much even my snacks have protein in it, but that's just another way that I've kind of reframed and seen some progress in my life by having more protein shakes instead of ice cream, and you know, eating boiled eggs instead of ice cream or cookies or peanut butter crackers, because that's another thing that I used to love to eat. And so yeah, overindulging in sweets is one thing that was also keeping me from my goals, and I know I'm not the only one out there who has dealt with that. So number 4 is I was not sleeping enough, and I didn't know how important sleep is to your overall health and also your physical health when it comes to someone who is trying to, you know, reach fitness goals or just become or reach their physique goals in the gym. And so the thing about sleep is that when you're sleeping, that's when your body is kind of like resetting, rejuvenating. You know, your hormones are regulating, your cortisol levels, you know, that's a hormone that's regulating, your muscles are growing, and all these things are, all these systems and processes are doing the things that they need to do when you're asleep. But if you're not in a deep sleep and if you're not getting enough sleep, those things are just dysregulated. They're not functioning. They're not doing what they're supposed to do. They're all out of balance, and that is just not good for your overall health for numerous reasons. So now I make sure that I try to get at least 7 hours of sleep. So I try to be asleep by 10 and I wake up around 5:30. I kind of tweak it. So like if I'm going to bed at 10:30 for some reason, I'll get up at 5:30. If for some reason I didn't go to bed too closer to 11, I'm getting up at 6. Like I'm making sure that I'm still getting in 7 hours of sleep. But also I am ensuring that I am staying off my phone at least 30 minutes before I'm going to bed, just to make sure that my brain is not alert and my brain does not think that I'm awake from the blue light and any type of lighting around me. I try to put myself in a darker place about 30 minutes before I'm going to bed, just to go ahead and start winding my body down and shutting down all my signals that make me think that I am awake. So that's another thing, like I wasn't getting enough sleep, and that was just throwing off my whole day, to be honest. And so sleep is like number 1. If you can't do anything else when it comes to your journey, your health journey, your fitness journey, whatever, prioritize your sleep. Make sure that you're getting at least 6 to 8 hours of sleep, whatever your doctor recommends, whatever you feel like works for your body. Some people say they only need to sleep for 6 hours. Me personally, I definitely think I need at least 7. 8 may be a stretch. I don't think I need 8 hours of sleep. I think 7 hours is like perfect for me personally. So yeah, just make sure that you are getting some sleep and making sure that you're giving your muscles that time to recover. And then lastly, I was switching my exercises too often. So a lot of people see all these people on Instagram doing all these crazy things, and they think that they're supposed to be doing a million different exercises. No, honestly, you're pretty much going to be doing the same type of movements, whether that's squats, lunges, pulling, pushing, hip hinging. Like you're going to be doing those movements forever. Like all the exercises you're doing should involve those things. Now, if you're an athlete, obviously you're going to be doing more explosive movements, or if you are someone who is very deconditioned, you're not going to do too many, you know, explosive or hardcore exercises or any type of heavy lifting. But for the average person, you're going to be doing the same exercises. Now, you can kind of switch up your exercises when it comes to using a barbell instead of dumbbells, or doing walking lunges, or you can do like split squats where you're doing stationary lunges, or you can do deadlifts with like a dumbbell with a barbell, Smith machine. Like there are different ways to make an exercise different, but that doesn't mean you have to switch up 1,000 movements. And the thing with that is you cannot track your progress if you are constantly switching up the exercises that you are doing. So for me, like I was just in this whole Instagram world, and I thought that, you know, I need to be doing this exercise. Ooh, that looks cool. I need to be doing that. But no, you need to stick to a schedule, a routine, and increase your weight over time, increase your sets, your reps over time, you know, go slower. You know, you need to really master certain exercises before you can progress to try these weird, like, explosive or just like more challenging exercises. I'm not saying don't try like new things. I'm just saying that especially when you're first starting out, like you need to be like really learning these key movements and progressing at them when it comes to increasing your weight, progressive overload. Start there, and then like once you're very comfortable in the gym and you know what you're doing, you maybe have a trainer or a friend who knows what they're doing, then you could kind of experiment and try different things. But even when you try different things, like always keep like the key movements in your routine, in your schedule, because those are things that are really helping you on a daily basis. Because you squat every day, when you sit down or you pick up something, you know, you're pulling, you're pushing, like those are movements that you will do in your everyday routine. So those are things that you want to always keep in your like your exercise program, your workout program. So yeah, like as you guys can see, most of the things that were keeping me from reaching my goals had to do with nutrition, or just like my everyday habits. It really didn't have too much to do with the gym itself. It's pretty much what you do outside of the gym, and that's something that I think people don't really understand. It doesn't always have to be with what you're doing inside of the gym. So I hope this video can help somebody. If you guys have any questions, you can comment below and ask me and I will answer them. You can also follow me on my training Instagram or my personal Instagram, but I'm pretty much more active on my training Instagram. That's where I post all of my workouts and things like that. So I will make sure that all of that is in my description box, and I will see you guys in my next video. Thank you so much for watching.